planned for this to be a completely different video, but you guys, I have unfortunately found what I feel is the worst Natasha Denona palette. So I'm going to hopefully save you guys some money today, tell you my dislikes, why I don't like it. Of course, if you guys love it, that is totally fine. You're valid to your experience and your opinion. But out of all the palettes that I had, this is the one that I was like, wow. This is the worst as far as formula goes, variety goes, the quality isn't the same to me, and it makes me sad because it's one of the ones that I was most excited for. So we're going to get into all of that. But by the way, if you are new to my channel and my face, my name is Ashley Ellix, and I post beauty YouTube videos here. And I focus mostly lately on lash videos, nail videos, and then some some random beauty products that like either I fell in love with or what have you, or I'm trying to warn you about because I'm trying to really be particular about my beauty purchases this year. So you're not seeing me post every single latest and greatest launch because I'm quite frankly bored, okay? Things need to really impress me. And for $69, I was let down. So I want to tell you guys what that is. So if you're ready to do that, let's go, boo. Boop. So like I said, out of my collection, out of the things that I've used and swatched and everything like this is the palette that disappointed me the most and I feel is the worst. I don't have every single palette, as you see. These are the ones that I currently still own, and the other ones either, you know, just weren't for me for one reason or another, not because they were terrible, or I swatched the color story and I didn't need it in my collection, whatever. But these are the ones that I've loved, except for this one. So I had filmed a first impressions of this, and before I had time to edit and post it, I used the palette further and completely changed my mind for my first impressions because I could not get a singular different look out of this palette. It unfortunately is Natasha Denona's Golden Palette. Oh, you see how messy and dirty it is. You guys, I've used this for months now, trying to get a variety of different looks out of, just to get it to perform as well as the other palettes that I have from her still do perform for me. So I'm sorry, this is a Golden Palette hate video, but it just needs to be said. Like I said, I had a whole video filmed that I could not post. I couldn't post it because even though I loved the first impressions, the second and third time using it, I was already getting hard pan with all of the shimmers. And that is so unlike Natasha Denona's formula. The mattes, I'll pop in the video of the look that I did today. The mattes they're fine. The darker shades have a difficult time blending. With any of the other matte formulas from Natasha Denona, I have no issues. And I love her matte formulas and I love her shimmers and her metallics, but these ones, they're just not hitting it. They're so similar. I actually did shimmer on both of my eyes with two different shades in this palette. I used Cava and Fizzy, one on each eye. They're no different, you guys. There is no difference between the two shimmers. And I love the Aurora shade at first. I put that on my inner corner, but now there's so much hard pan, you can't see it. And yes, I'm using my fingers to apply these, but I've never had an issue using my fingers with her shades before. So I'm not sure what's going on with this palette. I would love to hear from you guys that own it. Are you feeling the same way about this palette? Is it too repetitive? Like, is it too, I'll put in the swatches that I have too, that I filmed previously on this too. And it was so repetitive and listen, it's basic. I know that. But I've done very basic eye looks for the last couple years. It's kind of where I transitioned to, being 36 now. It's just not my mood right now to be super colorful all the time. So I wanted like an everyday palette. And I absolutely loved the I Need a Nude palette. That's so hard to say. I Need a Nude palette. This one, I mean, hello, it's so basic. But it still gives variety. I don't have issues with the shimmer. I know this is supposed to be a neutral palette leaning golden, but it's so repetitive. For $69, you guys, I'm gonna be critical of that because I'm gonna show you. I have a dupe for you. Get this instead. I hope they still make it. I should probably check, but I'll link it if they do still make it. But the ColourPop Your Golden palette. Hello, golden. This one's out many, many years ago. It's very well loved. You get the golden shades. I did swatches compared to these. You get a lot of similar shades, very similar, but more variety and a fraction of the cost. I think it's at least half the cost of the Natasha palette. And I'm a Natasha affiliate too. ColourPop, I can pretty much link any makeup brand there is, but I specifically have an affiliate code with Natasha Denona that I use and love, and you guys use it too, and thank you so much. But I'm not recommending this one. I don't care if I lose money, whatever, because you guys need to know that for $69, I did not find this worth it price, even with that 10 or 15% discount, whatever it is. I'm so bummed by it. I think if maybe it was in the $35 range, I could look past those duplicates, but not the hard panning. I can't look past the hard panning. I don't like that. Like the mattes aren't blending well. So that's kind of all I had to say. Sorry I had to make a formal video to announce my disdain for it. But because of my experience with this palette, I didn't want to get the newest Natasha palette, which is what? Let me look it up because I don't even remember what the name of it is. I need a warm eyeshadow palette. Okay, so that's kind of sounds like it's going to be, I need a nude mixed with golden. So why would I need that? Why wouldn't it? Looks like you have more variety in it. You have a duochrome or maybe a multi-chrome in there, which I'm usually a sucker for, but I'm like, it's so fresh off of this one. I don't want to be burned out of my $70 again. But let me know if you've tried that one, if your experience was a little bit better. My favorite for the longest time was actually the bronze palette. So I was like, ooh, this will be a nice like sister to this palette. And no, you guys. I do like that the palettes are magnetized. There's you can take a little pin and pop out the back of them and kind of rearrange your different palettes. But like that's a solution if you're already stuck with it like I am, and which I will definitely do. But, you know, don't go into it purposely. Unless you want to. Do whatever you want. So it is a good hack if you have it. But just a little tip. To sum up, redundant, hard pan, patchy, $69. No. So that's my 2 cents. In my opinion, out of all the ND palettes that I've tried, even the ones that I didn't go ahead and purchase, I have dupes of. I have like the dupe of the retro palette, and I end up loving it, that I almost bought the Natasha palette because I know the quality is usually better, but I was like, I don't need it. So that's that. Like I said, sorry I couldn't ever post my first impressions video, but I didn't want to like go in raving about it when I didn't properly use it right away. And then when I did, I was like, oh, wow. No, guys. So that's my warning. Thanks for stopping in. Make sure you subscribe before you go, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.